too. Okay, so guys, do not worry if if some of you was not available yesterday. Do not worry about that, because the things we covered was fundamental, very like A B C D E F G, that kind of fundamental, that sort of fundamental we talked yesterday. So guys, like the things we talked about network. What is network? How, what was the reason to develop network? We covered those kind of things. So if someone asks me what is a network, what I'll say, group of devices connected to each other. Group of devices, group of devices, because in a network you don't need only a single entity. You need more than one entity, maybe more than one device, maybe more than one people to communicate. It can be two, it can be three, but not less than two in a network. So in a network you at least need to have more than one people, so that one can send and one can receive. That's why we are saying group of devices. Group of devices, when connected to each other, that means these group of devices should be connected to each other. If some of you, like for example, some of you didn't attend the yesterday session, they didn't join, they did not connect to our network. If they would have connected, they would have been delivered the data. That means the group of devices, there should be group of devices. These group of devices should be connected somehow. When connected to each other, when connected to each other through a medium. How are they connected? Through a medium, through something, some sort of medium, maybe wired, maybe wireless, through a medium, so that they can share data, so that they can share. See, you can say data, you can say resources. Resources can be also, my screen is also resources, my drive is also resources, that I'm able to share with the help of network. I can lend my hard disk to Ashad. For example, I'll say, Ashad, I'll give you 50 GB of my hard disk virtually. You can store your data through the help of network from your computer to my computer. So so even if you are running out of space, you can still save the data, but not in your computer, but through the network. You can save the data on my computer, that you are paying me rent for that storage. Okay, so now data can be anything, your storage, your pictures, your file, folders, anything that is inside your computer is data. So in a group of devices, when group of devices connects with each other through a medium, so that they can share a data, that's how uh, the main result was how to form a network. Okay, so you can simply write like this: what is network? uh, Group of devices, and in between they have some sort of network, maybe wired, wireless. When these people connect to that common network, those people who are inside that network, they can share data to each and every one of them. Maybe they want to send a single data to one to one, maybe they want to do one to one communication, not to everyone, but the person, like for a PCA wants to send data to PCB. That is one to one communication inside that network. So we talked about that yesterday, guys. So we'll talk about that today also. But do not worry. So we have different kind of standards and protocol that we need to follow, so that appropriate data can be transferred properly. So group of devices, when connected to either through a medium, they will form a network. So guys, you need to be aware of one thing also. Like in today's session, we'll be talking about networking devices. Networking devices, those devices which help us to form network. These kind of devices help us to form network. For example, the first device that we'll be talking is switch. The second device that we'll be covering today is router. And the third device that we'll be talking is firewall. Right now, guys, there are multiple networking devices. I'm not writing all other devices. I'm just writing three fundamentally important devices: switch, a router, and firewall for the time being. Okay, so let's start with the switch. What is switch? How can you like convey your thoughts to someone if someone asks you what is a switch? Why do we use switch? How is it helping us to share data in a network? So let's talk about that, guys. Okay. So the first topic, we are starting from the first networking device, that is switch, that we also talked yesterday. So guys, see, like let's suppose there's a organization, there's a organization PM networking. There's a organization PM networking. Admit all. Yes. So PM networking wants to build their own network. PM networking wants to build their own network. For example, they have some computers with them, they have some printers with them in their network. Right now, only three computers and a printer. Okay, not a big company, just a limited company with few devices, and they want to build their own network. So, guys, so as you know, the first networking device that we are talking is switch. And guys, remember one thing: switches are used. Why do we use switch? Switches are used to form a single network, to create to form a single network and add devices inside that single network. Basically, with the help of switch, you can form a single network and you can add devices by attaching the cable to inside the switch and other end of the cable to the device that you want to add to that switch. So basically, switches are used to form a single network. I'm not talking about multiple networks. I'm just talking about a single network. That's why you are using switch. So okay, that's the first point. Switches have multiple port. Switches have multiple, you can say, LAN port. LAN port is the port that helps you connect your computer to the network widely, not wirelessly, widely. Every one of you must have seen the LAN port. If I want to show you on the packet tracer file, guys, let's just go and open packet tracer for your reference. Here you can see the first option is networking device. You have routers, switches. I'll go and select one switch. The first switch, that is 2960. I'll go and click it here. I'll drag it here. If you want to zoom, you can zoom it. Just double click above the switch. A pop-up will arise. This pop-up, you can see the not logical, but physical representation of a real switch. Guys, this is the whole switch scenario. The portion I am highlighting, the part is, this is the front side of that switch, and below it, this is the back side of that particular switch. Okay, so you can see these are your LAN port through which you can connect your end devices in that single network. And how many ports can you see here? Like, see, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6 above, 6 down, that means 12. So again, 12, 12 of 12, 24. These are 24 port switch, and you can see two more ports, that is 26. So this particular catalyst switch is 2960 model and contains 26 port to connect end devices in that single network, not more than that. And you must have, and you can also ask me, hey Sumit, I can also see one more LAN port, guys. Yes, it is definitely in the structure of LAN port, but this particular port is console port, not the port for connectivity. This particular port that I'm highlighting right now is used to access this particular switch. Is used to access this switch. Access means to operate this switch. So in the future studies, like in your like in your next session, I'll be teaching you how to access the switches. So I'll be teaching you how to connect a port and what kind of configuration you can do with the help of console port. I'll be teaching you. But right now, if you want to connect end devices like a computer, server, printers, anything that is the end device, There is nothing beyond that device. That means your laptop, your computer. You can connect, if you want to connect them inside a single network, then you need to only connect to the connectivity port of the switches. So in this scenario, the Catalyst 2960 model switch contains 26 port that I can use to connect my end devices. See what I'll go, as I told you guys, like we have.
What is this actually the Cisco packet tracer means? Because I am new to networking
Okay,
now.
so Cisco Packet Tracer is a tool that you will be using to learn your networking. See, there is one part is theory that I'm teaching you, that is theory. But how can you learn? How can you see that you are connecting computers, you are sharing data? How can you learn that those kind of things? So, sir, for that particular thing, for your lab part, like you are learning CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. So Cisco has developed a software for their learners to practice networking. These are just simulation computers and switches, real switch model, not exactly the real switch, but all the functionality of a real switch. See, sir, let's assume Ashadji, this is your computer. Saurav, this is your computer. Sumit, this is your computer, and I want to form a single network. So I told you that you will go and buy a switch. Okay, you
Okay,
can.
will all switches will be same or it will
Yes,
be depends on model?
yeah, it's depend on the model. Here
Okay,
you will be not finding all the model, but
okay, okay,
limited model. But do not worry about that anything, because the commands that are available here is available for all the switches. These
oh,
are not.
commands will be same for all areas.
Yeah, some commands are same for all the switches, but like said, as I told you, there are multiple model of switch. For example, the switch model I'm using here is 2960. There is 3750 model switch, 900 series switches also that Cisco is like producing. So in the above graded switches, there are few more added command that you won't be using right now, and for CCNA, you do not need to be you do not need to be learning that those kind of things, because in CCNA you need to learn about building and learning the foundation, how to how are we properly sharing the data. In CCNA, you are just learning the fundamental part. You are not doing any troubleshooting and that kind of thing. So yeah,
Okay,
you do not need to learn those advanced command. But in later on your studies, when you are pursuing CCNP or maybe firewall, definitely you will be taught about those command there also. Okay, is it clear, sir?
in,
Like Cisco packet
in
tracer.
real time also such switches are will be used or any other higher model switches will be used.
It's a real time model. You can go and just check on 2960
Okay,
on the Google. This is the
okay,
real model that Cisco is like producing and sharing. Okay, but you won't be
okay,
finding all command, but the command that Cisco want you to learn for CCNA, all commands are available in Cisco packet tracer. But
okay,
when we
thanks.
like when we are pursuing CCNP, maybe CCIE, we do not teach in Cisco packet tracer, because Cisco packet tracer is best for CCNA, not best for CCNP and CCIE or firewall. Then we have other software, other tools that we use to teach our students, and our student can also use that tools to strong their learning. Is it clear, Ashadji? Any doubt? I hope I'm saying the right.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Just give me 1 second. Let me add. There are people are adding here. Done, guys. Nice. So see, you have, if you come like what we are doing here, we are building a network for whom? For an organization that is known as PM networking, guys. Okay. So we have three computers, maybe a printer also. Find printer option here. These are not the real one, but to make you learn. Then we'll do what? As I told you, these are group of devices, three computers and one printer. You wanna form a single network. That's why we bought a switch to create a single network. But I told you, what is a network? Group of devices when connected to each other. So how can we connect these devices to each other? Maybe you have two options: wired and wireless. So right now The device I'm using, switch, is used to create a wired network. It is used to create a wired network. The connectivity we are doing is with the help of wire. So this, in the initial days, you will be just choosing automatic option for the cabling. But later on, uh, guys, can you mute yourself? It's my request. If you are not talking, please just mute yourself. Thank you so much. You see, I'm going one by one, connecting a single piece of cable and the PC with the switch. Then I'm going to printer. I'll connect one end of the cable to the printer and another end of the same cable to the switch in the port. Okay, that's how we are building networks. So, guys, fundamentally, switches are used to form a single network. That is logical. We'll talk about it. If you want to build a single network, then what device will you buy? A switch. And you can also see switches have multiple LAN port. Okay, all the ports, yes, there are multiple ports, but all the ports are helping you connect your device to that single network. Okay, and and like, for example, a model number I'm talking about, whenever you will be seeing a switch made by Cisco, definitely you can see the name Catalyst over it. Catalyst is just a name. It's just a name. And after that, 2960 model switch, Catalyst 3590 model switch. If you see a device that is named, the name is starting from Catalyst, do not worry. Just straightforwardly say this is a switch made by Cisco. The model number can be different because the fundamental things they are used to build a single network. But there are multiple more feature in 3590 model switch as compared to 2960 model switch. Maybe it has 48 ports, maybe, and all the ports, and like 24 ports it has for fiber cable, like different functionality. All the switches are doing same thing, building a same network and connecting devices inside that same network. But the model numbers are different. What is the difference between these model? Only the functionality. The base functionality will remain same, to connect a single device, to connect multiple device in that single network, but additional functionality will be definitely added in the higher models. That is one thing. So with the help of switch, you can form a single network, and the devices that are inside that single network now can share data to each other who is inside that single network. So remember one thing, guys. First thing you need to do was you need to have some client devices, your computer, your printers. Then to connect these devices, you'll go and buy a switch. Okay, after doing that, you just plug the cables inside the switch and the computer's done. Now after that, you need to you have just done the first part. The second part is providing them address. So while you are providing identity to your device, guys, first thing you should always remember, when you are connecting on a network, you need to have an identity, you need to have some address, so that people should be aware of who I am sending the data or from whom I am receiving the data. They need to have some sort of identity. So the identity we are using in the network, the main identity we are using in a network is IP address. So whenever after connecting your devices, you need to be aware of IP addresses. For example, guys, let's assume me, Sumit, is the network admin of PM networking. After connecting my devices with the switch, what I'll do, I'll have to assign a network ID. Network ID. I have to assign a network ID. For example, the network ID that is running here is 192.168.0.0/24. Guys, this is the IP address, but this IP address is representing the whole network, not a single person. The whole network. Network ID is basically representing the whole network. Inside, after checking this network ID, I can figure out the range, the number of IP address that are available for me to use inside this network. Because after connecting the devices, I need to assign IP addresses to my computer. I need to provide identity to my computer. So this IP address, the network ID, we never assign to any one of the device that is inside your network. because this IP address is representing my whole network. So after just checking the network ID, I can assume 192.168.0.1. My IP address are starting from 0.0, then 192.168.0.1, 192.168.0.2. Do not worry about IP addresses, guys. I'm just giving you a brief. In the upcoming session, when I'll be delivering the IP addresses session, you will be well aware of the why I'm typing like this. Okay, inside our network, after checking the network id, after just looking at the network id, guys, you can figure out the complete range, the number of IP addresses that are available inside that network. So 0.3 till 192.168.0.254, and the last IP address is 192.168.0.255. So just after checking the network id, this is selected by the network admin. So as I told you, Sumit is network admin. I select this particular network id that represents my whole network. Okay, and after looking at the network id, I can figure out the number of IP address available that I can assign. So see, the smallest IP address 192.168.0.0. Remember one thing, guys, the smallest IP address that you will be receiving in the complete range, you never use that IP address. Why? Because the smallest IP address in that range will be always assigned to as network ID. The smallest IP address in the range that you are getting from your network admin, you never use that IP address. Why? Because that IP address is always used for representing your whole network. So from which IP I can start assigning the IP addresses? From dot one, dot two, dot three, until dot 255. I can assign these IP addresses to my computers. So what we'll do, after connecting the devices fundamentally to the switch, you need to tell the IP addresses to the devices. What I'll do, I'll double click on the PC, a pop-up will again open. Okay, guys, I'm teaching you how to assign IP addresses to your computer. What we have done till here, we have built a single network. Okay, not multiple networks, we have just built a single network, guys. Okay, and after connecting my switch to all the computers that are present in the network, I need to assign IP address. So we are starting from PC 0. What I did is just double click on the computer, a pop-up arise that I have placed on the right side. You will see multiple option. Physical option, that you can see a PC here, you can see the ports here, USB port, audio jack, power on and off button. See, if I click on the red button, it will power off my CPU, the computer. Okay, you can see here, if I click, the green light is gone. If I click it again, the green light is on. That means I'm turning off my computer and on. Okay, done. So what was the reason that I end up here? To assign IP address to each and every device. So I have to go one by one and assign IP address manually. So how do you assign IP address? Not physical. The third option that you are seeing is desktop. Click here. This sort of graphical thing will be in front of you. The first option you can see, IP config. This is the place you have to use to assign IP address to your computer in packet tracer. Is it clear? After clicking that, you will see two options, DHCP and static. Static basically means you are assigning IP address manually by typing yourself. So what we'll do, so as you know, as I am the network admin, and I am well aware how many IP addresses are there, because I haven't assigned any IP address to any one of them. So I know the first IP address that I can assign to this PC is 192.168.0.1. Okay, and the subnet mask. Do not worry about the subnet mask for the time being. Just remember, the subnet mask is very important, and we need to know how we are writing this subnet mask. Just remember that for the time being, how I'm writing this slash, how I am writing 255.255.255.0 by just looking at the the value that is slash 24. Do not worry that you
Who will use these IP
do not-
addresses?
how slash
I
24, this slash. Can you see here? The first, you can see the IP address, and after the IP address we have some slash value. Basically, with the help of this slash value, I'm able to identify the subnet mask. So right now, according to slash 24, the subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. Do not worry, okay? So the IP address is very important. So we have just assigned the first IP address to my computer A. Then what I'll do, I need to assign IP address to other PCs also, because I need to provide them identity. So I'll go to the PC2, double click here, okay? Let's shift it right on the right side. I'll go to the desktop option, guys. I'll go to the IP configuration part. Then the second thing, 192.168.0.2, and the subnet mask. Remember one thing, IP address and subnet mask, these are related to each other. So if you are assigning IP address, you must be well aware of subnet mask. If you're not aware of subnet mask and IP address is something else, then things won't work properly. Without subnet mask, just remember my words. Without subnet mask, IP address is incomplete. It's not complete. Okay, so you need to be well aware of subnet mask. So first
No,
IP
I have one doubt.
address done. I'll close it here. I'll go to the third PC, that is PC3, and I'll go to the desktop option again and IP config. Then 192.168.0.3. Then the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Okay, guys, default gateway and DNS. We have, you can see multiple more options. Why we are not using them? Because according to till now, that is enough. Your IP address and subnet mask is enough for you. But later on, as soon as your knowledge is increasing day by day, day by day, day by day, we will be filling default gateway, DNS, and other things also. Right now, till according to this lab, it is very much done. Okay, do not need to be worried about anything. Then third PC, then guys, if you are adding a printer in your computer, in your network, then we also need to provide identity to my printer also. So in printer, you won't be finding any desktop option. I just click on the printer. You can see this is how a printer looks. You just go on the config option. For the printer, you need to go on the config option, go on the interface, and you can see fast ethernet 0. Just click fe0, and you will be the IP address part will be shown here. You won't be shown any desktop part for whenever you are sending IP address on printer in packet tracer. In real life also, okay, we have to assign IP address to a printer, we have a different method, but the fundamental is same. We need to assign IP address from the network inside which that printer is being connected to. So this printer is connecting inside 192.168.0.0's network. So we need to assign one of the free IP address that is available, and at that IP address I will be assigning to printer. So what I'll do, I'll go and type 192.168.0.4, because 2, 1, 2, and 3 are already being assigned. So you cannot assign multiple devices a same IP address. Then if you do if you logically did it, it will be confusing for you to whom I'm sending. If two people have same address, then it will be confusing to whom I'm sending the data. So we never assign same IP address to two different devices. Every device should have its own unique identity. So let's okay, to 0.4 and the subnet mask CA. That's all. So this is how you just build a small network for PM networking. Inside that particular network, you have three PC and one printer. And you also know that the particular switch that you are using is containing 24 ports. That means you still can connect 20 more people inside, 20 more devices with this switch that you can, okay. So one thing is done. After you have just built a single network, connected all the devices inside the network. Now you want to do what? You want to test whether I can send data or not to my destination. Who all can be the destination here? All the people inside this particular network. For
How can
example,
we
if
connect?
someone is just
Introduce it.
nearby
I
this
hope I got
network,
it.
but it is not connecting his PC to this network, So you won't be able to send data to this particular PC, because what I told you, to share data you need to add on a network. When you add in this particular network, then only you can send and receive data to the person that are attached to that particular network. After connecting, you also need to provide IP addresses. That's what I'm teaching you guys. So we just added one more device, that is, so we need to provide a unique identity again, 192.168.0.5 subnet mask. So what we'll do now, we'll have to do check whether we can send data or not. So in packet tracer, how can you check, guys? Just go on here. After attaching the devices, building network, you can, like, if you want to test whether you are able to send data or not, just go on this option. This is a message option. You can say, just go and click here, from which device you want to send data. Let's suppose we want to send data from PC0. So PC0 will be the sender, and to which PC you want, and to whom you want to send data. Let's suppose printer. And if and as soon as I click above the printer, you can see here, guys, there was a this test was successful. I was successfully able to send data from PC to printer. That means we can able to send data and receive data. This is one way of testing. This is one way of testing that you are connected to the destination inside the network. This is one way. And I'll not only teach you one way, I'll teach you multiple ways to just find the same result. Remember one thing, and I'm repeating again and again. To get a single thing, if you have a goal, you have multiple paths to reach that goal. Some has shorter ways, some have longer ways, some have simpler, some have simpler way of reaching the goal, some have harder way to reach that goal. It is up to you which way you choose, but definitely you will be having multiple ways to reach a single goal. So our goal is right now is to check connectivity. The first way I just show you, you can have the option here, just go and click the message button. From this PC I want to check that I can send data to this. So if you will be seeing a successful message here, that means you are able to send data. The network is working and you're able to send data. This is the first way. How? What is the second way? The second method is what? Double click on the PC. Let's suppose I want to check from this PC to the printer. Okay, I'll just double click on the PC. You will be shown a pop-up again. Then go on the desktop option. Then after that, guys, then after that, you have an option known as command prompt. You have a fourth option known as command prompt. Guys, this is the place that you need to be well aware of, because with the help of commands, you are giving instruction to your computer to perform a certain thing. Let me just increase the text size of the CLI font and CLI. Okay, let's just increase to 12 for greater visibility of text. Apply. That's all. If I go back again and open the packet tracer and the command prompt, yes, the text are now bigger. Okay. So see, I'm on PC0. I double click here. I went to the fourth option, that is command prompt. And with the help of command prompt, I am checking the connectivity. So the first command that I'm teaching you, that everyone will be teaching you, first command for whom? Command prompt. The first command that you can use is known as ping command. Which command? Ping. Ping is a command that is used to check connectivity. It is used to check connectivity between sender and destination, guys. If you are well aware that okay, the destination is also inside the network, and I want to check whether I'll be able to send data or not, you can just simply try by pinging the destination. So what I'll do here, I want to check from PC 0 to printer whether we are able, whether we have a net, whether we are able to send data or not to the printer. So I'll do what? I'll type ping, and to whom I'm pinging? I'm pinging the printer. Basically, I'm trying to say hello printer. So guys, remember one thing: in a computer network you don't have names, you have your logical address as IP address. Even if you want to check connectivity, you need to type the destination IP address. So the destination IP address of the printer should be well known to you. As I know already know, 192.168.0.4 is the IP address that I assigned to the printer, and I remember those, that kind of thing. Okay, so ping, after ping, you need to type whom you are pinging, from for whom you are checking the connectivity. As soon as I press enter, see here, I'm getting an output. The output is simply saying reply from, I'm getting a reply from 192.168.0.4. That means printer is replying me back. And the byte, this simply means the reply, the message that I got in reply is what in size, is 32 bytes in size. And how much time does it takes to deliver to me? How much time did it take that from the destination, from the sender to the destination it took? Basically the delay, how much of delay. So any message that is less than 1 millisecond is good. If I'm sending you data and the time is less than 1 millisecond, it is good speed. It simply represent less delay. Okay, and after that, TTL, this particular value we'll be talking about, it is used to for loop avoidance. As you are well, I hope you all are like, and like you have understanding of loop is something, yeah, loop is something that keeps on happening and is in never ending state. And in network, that is bad thing, because what is loop inside a network? That I'm sending a data from A to B, but the data is not reaching to B. It is just keep going inside the network, keep going inside the network, running and running, trying to reach the destination, but it is not reaching the destination. Hence, we can conclude that there is a loop in a network. Okay, so with the help of ping, you were able to identify that you were perfectly connected to PC, the printer 4. And you can not only ping only one person, you can ping anyone inside your network. Ping is just used to check connectivity. After doing the fundamental things, bringing grouping them, connecting them, now you want to test whether they are properly connected or not. So you can test by doing the ping. Let's just do ping to the newly added PC, that was 192.168.0.5. So I'm getting the reply, because you can see the who is the sender, source is what, whom, PCA, and who is the destination, PC5. The sender and receiver, you can see logically, you can see physically that these two are connecting to the same switch. Plus the sender IP address is .192.168.0.1, and the destination IP address is also what, 192.168.0.5, belonging from the same network. So if the source and destination both are in the same network, the IP address belongs to the same network, then with the help of switch, we'll be able to send data to the destination. You can check, guys. Why packet tracer? Let me show you one more thing. In packet tracer, you have two options. See here, real time, that is the real time experience that you will be getting from packet tracer, and we have a simulation mode. See here, I'm choosing simulation. So in simulation mode, you can see messages going from and to the PCs. Okay. Mm, let me show you. Yeah. So what I'll do, see, I'll go and just go the simulation. I'll go to this PC. I'll try to ping. I'm pinging. This brown message is the ping message basically right now. It just the color is representing a new message, a new data. Basically, when I ping, ping is also a message. Is checking, is sending us some, is sending some sort of message to the destination. I'm pinging whom? I'm pinging 192.168.0.5. Okay, see here, if you want to check in the packet tracer, guys, packet tracer have many features for your learning. See, this is the third message is our ping message. If I click on it, you can see, you will never see the data, but you can see the additional information that is added above the data whenever you are sending any letter, guys. So suppose, uh, let's suppose my friend Arshad, my let's suppose my friend Arshad is sending a letter to me. The letter is the data. Above that, if he is sending a letter to me, then after after the letter, he'll be adding additional information like who is sending Arshad information, Arshad's address, to whom he's sending the data, to Sumit he's sending, from which state to which state. So these are the additional information that Arshad is adding while sending the letter. So that strategy we have used in a network also. Data can be anything, but when a computer is sending data, it will add additional information. And you can see from here, like how did I get this particular page? You need to select the simulation mode. After simulation mode, when you try to ping, you will have a simulation panel, and if you click in any of the message, you can see the additional information that are being added, not the data. So the ping command I tried, is sending a message from whom it's sending and to whom and to whom it is sending. We are adding that information. If source and destination are inside the same network, with the help of switch, you can send the data. But let's see here, guys. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's do one thing. If I go and by mistakenly, or like, if I change the IP address of last PC, the new IP, let's suppose 20.20.20.20. This is a valid IP address, but not from the same network, not from the same network. So what will happen? See, the source and destination, you can see both. PC 0 is also connecting to this switch, and the newly added PC is also connecting this switch. But as I told you, the switches are used to form a single network and to send the data. If the sender and receiver is also inside the same network, switch will be able to perfectly deliver the data. But if the sender and the receiver address are not from the same network, then switches are not able to send data. We need to have routers to do that. Okay, see here, let's try to ping 20.20.20.20. And if I ping, I will be not getting any reply from 20.20.20, because fundamentally we are not doing the right thing, because we are connecting the PC5 to the switch. And as I told you, switches are used to form a single network. That means all the devices inside that network that the switch is connecting to will be having the IP address belonging to a single network ID, not a different network ID. Here, the
How
IP
to
address is
confirm they
65,
are in same network ID?
20.20.20, belonging to a different network. So you are fundamentally you're doing wrong thing. So you cannot do that. See, even if I'm connecting to the same switch, I'll be not able to send the data. And what I'm getting back? Request timeout. My computer tried. Hey, 19, hey, 20.20.20. Ping is basically what? Ping is basically a hi in computer's language. Hi, Ashad. If when Ashad receives my hi, he will reply me back. Hi, Sumit. I can hear. I just received your hi. So that's what we are doing by doing ping. We are basically sending hi to the destination, and if we are getting reply back from the destination, that means we can send data to the destination and we can receive data from the same destination towards me, like two-way communication. Okay, not only just sending but also receiving the data. And right now, when I ping to 20.20.20, I'm not getting any reply back. My computer waited for a few milliseconds. If he's not getting a reply in that millisecond, it will simply say request time out. That in between that time, I didn't get any reply from 20.20.20. Then that simply represent there is no connectivity between 20.20.20.20 and the device you tried pinging. Done. So how can we
Hello.
ping that? Let me just show you. We have another device. Okay, see here. Let me just go and correct this device. Hey, the IP address is wrong. You can assign 192.168.0.10 any IP address belonging between this network ID, between this network, and that is not assigned. That is not assigned to any one of you. You can use that IP address. So now if I try ping 192.168.0.10. Okay, ping request could not find a host. Okay, I am I just wrote, I just write the wrong IP address, guys. 192.168.0.10. Remember one thing, computers, these are the machine, they take input from you. If you give wrong input, it will process it wrongly and give you wrong result. So it depends on you also, that are you giving the right instruction to the computer, or my computer is I am giving the right instruction but my computer is not able to understand that. You need to be get clarify about those things. Any doubt till here?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, Arshad?
Yeah. How to know which network ID we need to use,
Okay,
and can be the
let us go
same
and
network
continue.
ID used
So
in
see here,
another net
done.
organization?
Now what I want, like I want to connect, I have a different organization. This is PM networking. PM networking. This is a network built for PM networking. Let's suppose I have another organization. Let me draw it here. Which have like one, two, three. Okay, just see here. This is another network. This is HCL's network. Let's suppose this is an organization known as HCL. They also want to build their own network. So what, they have few computers, then they also need to purchase switch. They also go and rent a switch of Cisco's maybe, or any other vendor. Multiple vendors are there, but the company that has like that people trust, people admire is Cisco. That's why you are learning CCNA. You're not learning anything else. Okay, so you bought the devices. Now you need to provide connectivity. You provide connectivity to HCL. Now we are building network for HCL, a different network. We are building a different network for a different person. Now this organization is known as HCL. So we go and bought a switch, then connect those devices that are inside the HCL premises. Then what? Then the network admin will decide what is the network ID that will be running here. So this is a different network, HCL's network. You cannot have the same network ID. So let me just tell you the network ID. Let's say the network ID that is running over here is 100.100.100.0/24. Guys, this is the network ID that is representing the complete HCL's network. Okay, so by just checking the network ID of HCL, okay, what I can figure out, the whole complete range, 100.100.100.0, the first IP address, the lowest IP address will be always the network ID. Remember one thing, I'll be also teaching, I'll be again and again speaking, saying the same thing, just to keep that thing inside your mind. So the lowest IP address is 100.100.100.0. Then we have 100.100.100.1. Then we have 100.100.100.2, 100.100.100.3, 100.100.4, till so on 100.100.100.5. Okay, not 5, 250. Okay, 255. And let me also write just one smaller IP than 255, that is 254. So you can see the complete range, that the number of IP that you'll be getting if the network ID is this. Okay, so the smallest IP address in the range we never assign. Why? Because that IP address is chosen as the network ID for a network. And after that, the IP address from dot one you can assign to any one of the device. Okay, according to you. So let's just go, and how do we assign IP address, guys? Double click on the PC, desktop option, IP config. Then we need to see this here. We are just connecting a switch, but you know this is a different network. That means there should be a different network ID going on. Okay. Then
Sumit,
host IP address 100.100.100.1 and the subnet mask again. Why am subnet mask is how do we write subnet mask according to the value that is after the slash? Right now slash 20.
hello.
If slash 24, then the subnet mask is always 255.255.255.0. Okay. The first IP address is given to this PC. See, I'll go to desktop. I'll go here 100.100.100.2. The subnet mask 255.255.255.0. I'll go to PC3 IP address 100.100.100.3 255.255.255.0. Okay, unique IP address. Let's just try assigning the same IP address that I've assigned inside the same network. So according to the perfect solution, what the IP address we can type here 100.100.4, but I'm not typing 4, I'm typing 1 that I have already assigned to someone else. The PC, the first PC, I already assigned the same IP address. So what I told you, you can never assign the same IP address to anyone. See, this IP address is already used in the network, so I cannot assign 100.100.100.1 because it is already assigned. So what I'll type the fresh IP address that will be not rejected and the subnet mask. Okay, PC4 done. The last PC in this network, that is this 100 100.100.100.5 255.255.255.0. Okay, then we just build us a network for HCL also. You know, this network is built for HCL. Okay, now what is happening? Now this is happen. What is happening? See, now you have assigned the IP address. How would you check? We just learned that we were using ping command. We were using ping command to test the network. So we'll do the same thing here also. How do we try pinging? Double click on the PC. You will find the option that is command prompt. Okay, and to whom you can ping? To the devices that you want to check connectivity with. Okay, so right now you have 4 devices inside the network, 4 other devices also. So I am on the last PC, PC8. I'll try to ping PC1. Okay, ping 100.100.100.1. I'm getting a reply back from 100.100.1. That simply means I can send data to this PC and I can get the reply back from this PC. That means two-way communication is possible. I can also send the data and I can also receive the data from the same destination towards me. That is what ping is saying. Hi Ashad. Hi Ashad.
Yes. Yeah,
Hi Ashad.
what will happen if we
What
if
ping
we
is doing?
use the same network ID
You will
192 or 168 in other
see. I
organization
tried
also?
pinging also. Hi Ashad. I didn't get reply back. Hi Ashad. I didn't get reply back. Hi Ashad. I didn't get any reply back. That will simply make me feel okay. Ashad is not there. That's what ping is doing in the networking field. Okay. Then so see here when like right now to the scenario. Now we don't have a single network. We have 2 different network. One is for HCL and one is for PM networking. Guys, give me 1 second.
So, Sumit, we are having some questions.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
I thought you are just, I don't know you are hearing us or not, but we are
Ah,
having some
I
questions.
also doubt.
Yeah. So see here. So as I told you, switches are used to
Sumit,
perform the
are you
same
there?
work.
Just
Here,
wait.
what we have 2 different network. We
Looks
have
like
2 switches, but
you
these
are
two
not able to
switches
hear
are
our
connecting
questions.
2 different
Praful sir,
networks
are you there?
for their own scenario.
Praful or Arun, anyone
Now
is
you
there?
have now you
Hello,
have
sir. Hello, sir.
192.168.0.0's network,
Oh,
PM networking network
yeah.
to the
Looks like
HCL's network.
Hello.
Hello,
Now you
hello.
want to connect these 2 networks
Hello.
to each other. So you simply
And you
can't
able
connect
to
a
hear
cable.
us,
So
sir.
what people think, they can simply connect one end of the cable to this switch and another end
So
of
only
the
the way
cable.
that we have to
Mhm.
message him down. I think
You can, you
he
can,
didn't hear us.
guys, yes, you can simply can provide connectivity between switches. But this is fundamentally wrong, because I told you, you use switches to connect devices inside a single network. Right now, what is the problem? You are providing connectivity between the switches. That is right, but these two switches are not inside the same network. We have one on the left side. We have 192's network, and on the right side we have hundreds network. So when you are connecting two different network, remember one thing: when you want to connect one to another network, you don't simply connect between switches. You need to go and purchase a device that is known as router. Yes, guys. The second device that we are talking is router. No, I'm not able to hear you guys. Hello.
Hello. Now, are you able to hear?
Yeah, Ashad. Yes.
No, actually, can we use? Who will tell what kind of network IDs we need to use? And can we same network IDs can we use in other organizations?
No, 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 no. Network ID is just a representation of your network. For example, Ashad, in which state you are living right now? Just wanna random. Yeah,
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. In inside Hyderabad, you are living in you are currently you are living in Hyderabad. Your address may be 123 Main Street, building number 4 in Hyderabad. Hyderabad is representing the whole state. The network ID we are the network ID we are using is the same as Hyderabad. Inside Hyderabad, you have multiple address that are being assigned to the people who are living inside the Hyderabad. But you never assign Hyderabad to any of the entity. Is it true?
Yes, yes.
The same concept is there. So the network ID, what I'm writing is decided by the network admin. Is decided by the network admin and should be unique also. It is not like that we both can use the same network ID. Then if like I'm staying in Delhi, you are from Hyderabad. We are, Delhi and Hyderabad are two different states. So we will never use same nomenclature for two different other identities. Okay. So network ID is used to differentiate that is different network, and on the right hand side there is a different network. And with the help of network ID, Ashad, you will be also able to identify what is the complete range of IP addresses that are available that you can assign. Not right now, but later on the upcoming sessions, sir.
Sumit, uh, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
How we can select that 192 instead of that we can use any different ID also, right?
Yeah,
So is there how you are selecting? You are selecting just what you think and you got written there.
I'm taking an example. I can use different network IDs also. I'm just randomly typing according to myself, sir. Just
But for switch also there is a one address is there, right? For switch,
for the first switch on the left hand side, yes, sir.
yeah. So if you can you double click on that switch? Is there
Yes.
anything here? Yeah.
With
So if you found the IP address of for switch also we are assigning any IP address, correct?
Ye- yes, we also assign IP address, but not right now. Those are the higher concept. Those are little bit higher concept that will be delivered when I'll be delivering you complete switch start. When I'll be starting the switch completely. Right now we are just covering the fundamental and adding our knowledge. After that I'll be teaching. Right now, according to our scenario, we do not need to assign IP address until now, but later on there will be a requirement, and according to that requirement you definitely need to assign IP address to your switch also. Okay, sir, but you need to wait for that requirement. If I simply say we can assign IP address to switch also, that is true. But
Okay,
why do
but
you need to
and
assign IP address? It is not compulsory that you need to assign IP address to your switch. First of all, it is not compulsory. But when there is a specific requirement, in that particular case, you need to assign IP address to your switches also. Okay. So your switches, basically, I'll be telling you one thing. See here, the special point I'll be writing here. We were talking about switch. Switches are used to form a single network that has multiple port, and see here, switches do not understand IP address. Can you get that? I'm also saying a point. Do not get confused about this thing. Switches do not understand IP addresses, but switches are made to send data inside the single network. How are they doing? You need to be learning fundamentals, sir. Switches, there are a lot of fundamental ABCD that you need to be aware before getting the knowledge. Why are we assigning IP address to a switch? Sort of, is it fine right now? Any doubt with? Yes, sort of. You can ask.
yeah, Miss, you are randomly assigning. That's why that only I want to know how it is 190 to 168 it is coming. But okay,
No,
you
no, no, no,
confirm
no, no,
me.
no.
You are
I'm randomly typing. You tell Saurav. We'll build a network for Saurav. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. So we have another organization, guys. We have Saurav Enterprise, and I'm building network for Saurav Enterprise. See here. So let's suppose Saurav Enterprise has 2 computers. So Saurav want to build its own network. So he'll also go and buy a switch. So he go and bought a switch according to his requirement, maybe 6 port, maybe 24 port, maybe 48 ports, according to his requirement. After buying a switch, he'll do what? He'll provide connectivity to the devices to that switch one by one. Like we did for PM networking, we did the same thing for HCL technologies also on the right hand side. Now we are building sort of enterprise. Okay, so this is sort of enterprise. Now first thing is what? Group of devices when connected to each other. Now these devices are also connected. The second step after connecting, you need to provide them addressing source. So the network address that will be selected by your network admin. The network that will be running inside the network will be decided by the network admin. So according to our scenario, we have used 192.168.0.0. We cannot use that. We have used 100 or 100 or 100. So in this scenario, we'll be using a different network ID. I'm just randomly typing by according to me. Okay. Let's suppose we'll be using 172.16.0.0 slash 24. Not slash 24, slash 8. Now the network ID, the network admin of Saurav Enterprise has decided 172.16.0.0 slash 8. By checking the network ID, Saurav sir, can you please mute yourself? Just thank you. See here.
yeah, the once 16.00 we cannot assign to anyone, right? That is our whole network. But 0.1, 0.2 we can
Yeah,
assign to our PC. That
yeah.
I understand.
But
But
how I'm
but
choosing this
if
number?
yes, yes, that is my question actually. How
Saurav sir,
just
basically these are your private IP address. These are your
hmm,
private IP address. So whenever you are building your own network, maybe it is PM networking, maybe it can be sort of enterprise, maybe it will be HCL technologies. Everyone will be using private IP addresses. So when I'll be teaching you IP address thoroughly, you will be learning about private IP addresses
public address.
and public IP address also. So in basically public IP address are only assigned to us by ISP. We never use public IP address according to ourselves. But the network admin inside their network can use private IP address according to themselves freely. Doesn't matter. they can use according to themselves. So there we have few ranges. For example, we have 192.168.0.0 till 192.168.255.255. We have a complete range of IP address that we can use for the private IP address. One of the ranges, this range. For PM networking, I choose this range, sir. If you go and check on, okay. So I am not telling you those things, but that will be literally covered in IP addressing part. Because if I go and going on going keep on going, it will divert from our main topic. Saurabh sir, is it understanding? Any doubt till now? Shall I proceed?
Mm, yeah, okay.
Then thank you. Anyone else have any doubt with that?
Yes, Sumit, can I have a question to ask you?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, Hema. Please.
The thing is, like, you have given your own IP address to your network,
Yeah,
like /24.
yeah.
Is it like randomly you selected, or it depends
No.
on?
This /24 will be helping me getting the total number of IP address. Ma'am, see if just see here. When I'm using 192.168.0.0/24, I'm getting multiple IP addresses that are starting from .0 till 255. You can see the last only the last digit is only changing 0, 1, 2, not the other three digits. Okay. But if I show you this 172.16.0.0/18, if the network ID is this, guys, if the network ID is this with the prefix value of /8, then the number of IP address in this network will be larger than /24. Okay, see here the number of IP address that I'll be getting according to this network ID. The network ID, I'll be getting the IP address from 172.16.0.0. The next IP address will be 172.16.0.1. See here, .0.2. Let me show you 0.2 till 172.16.255.255. Hema ma'am, you inside this particular network, we don't have only four. We have how many IP address are there in this particular network? If I want to give the exact number, like the 172.16.0.0/8 has the smallest IP address this, and the last IP address that I can assign is this 255.255 that I told you just right now. So inside this particular range, there are 1677216 IP addresses available if the prefix value is /8. This prefix value is helping us to get the total number of IP address, ma'am. And if I compare with the /24, if you are having a prefix value of /24, the total number of IP address that you can get inside a single network is 256. In /24, I'm getting total IP address 256. But when the prefix of a network is /8, I'm getting 167772216. That is around 1,67,77,260 IP address inside a single network, ma'am. Is it clear, ma'am?
So
So
many network IDs you may connect it, like
yeah.
in a lane, a crow.
No, ma'am. Basically, network ID is representing a single network. But inside that single network, we have small IP addresses that we need to assign to the devices that are connecting inside the network. For example, ma'am, I am from India. Literally, you can, if I give you a irrelevant example, I'm living in a state that is known as Delhi. Delhi is a state. Inside that particular state, there are multiple addresses that are assigned to the people living inside Delhi. Okay, so basically the network ID you can see here is 172.16.0.0. That is clear network ID Delhi. And with the help of the prefix value /8, you are able to you will be getting less number of IP addresses inside a network and more number of IP addresses Basically, Hema ma'am, in this
Yeah.
particular net, yeah, in PM networking, we'll be getting 256
For example, for
total.
example, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No issue.
For example, if it is in my home, I have different devices
Yeah,
again within
yeah,
that. Maybe this is the thing through IP address
okay.
for a home. Like if I have, for example, I have 6 devices in my home.
Hmm.
That's what you're supposed to say. Like it is not. This is the thing.
Yeah. According to the requirement, your the value you will be getting here. If you have less number of devices inside a network, then you will be using a different slash value. If you have large number of devices inside your network, inside your home, then you will be requiring more IP addresses, ma'am. Because
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
so that is how the importance of slash value is like you have that will be covered when I'll be covering IP addresses now. Until and unless that is a value for you, slash 24, I am getting 256 IP. If there is slash 8, I'll be getting 1 crore 67 lakh 77,216. Because ma'am, slash 8 always give this number, the total number of IP address will be this if I'm using slash 8. Then how do I know? Ma'am, practice. I've learned, I've shown, and I've assigned IP address according to this prefix value also. That's why I know. Okay, any doubt, ma'am?
Thank you so much.
So guys, we were here, so let's go back to lab. So we have three networks right now. So we every network will be having their own switches. Doesn't matter, because how do we identify a network? With the help of IP addresses. Now you know that we don't have us. Now we don't have a single network. We have three different networks, and I want to connect these three different network to each and every one of them. Just these three networks. So what I'll do, so we don't use switches to connect different networks. We do not use switches to connect different network. You can even connect the cables, but fundamentally you will never be able to share the data. Yes, connectivity will be there, but you are fundamentally doing the wrong thing, because to connect a different network you need to purchase router. So the device we were talking about was router, guys. And I told you, the logical representation of router is what? A circular object. Then we have two arrow inside and outside. This particular diagram in networking diagrams will be representing that we are using router. How many ports router? It will be not you cannot like assume from here. You have to get some additional information. Right now, just see here, what we need to go, we need to go and buy a router. So the first option here in the packet tracer, the networking device. Then which networking device I'm using? Router this time. As soon as I click on router, you can see multiple models of routers are available there. For in our case, in our study, in today's scenario, I'll be using the fifth model 2911 model router. That is good. I'll go and click it here. I'll place it on my packet tracer in between here. Then, but the first thing to what is network? Connectivity should be there. If I want to connect these three different network, I'm not connecting individual devices. Now I'm connecting three different networks to each and every one of them. So what I'll do, I'll connect one of the cable from 192 network and will connect to my router. So guys, the router we are using, 2911 router made by Cisco, have three ports, have three different LAN ports to connect three different networks. I told you, routers are the device that are used to connect different networks, not inside connectivity between the same network like switches were doing. These are different, router is used for a different purpose uh, to connect different networks. So I have provided connectivity between 192 network. Now I need to do provide connectivity between one port from the router to the switch, between the switch of 100 network. So according to the scenario, I have just provided connectivity between 192 and hundreds network. I have not connected this net. So basically, if I want to connect the third network also, I need to provide one of the connectivity from this switch to this router. So if the connectivity is done like this, then only we can send data from one network to another. But as I told you, not only connectivity, you need to logically provide settings also. So guys, physically we have done the first thing, right? We have provided a connectivity within the switches, between the routers and other networks also. We have done it rightly. But later on, after this, you need to do one more steps. You need to assign IP address to your router. You need to assign IP addresses to the router. For example, see here, let me go on the option field. Just here, whenever you are connecting the routers with your switch, you need to be aware of to which port I am connecting my switch to, which port of router. So how do you see the port number for your lab? Go on the option field, preference. A pop-up will be available. Then you will be having an option in interface. No, the fifth option, always show port label in the logical space, and just apply it. Then so you can see I have three ports: gig 0/0, see in the router, gig 0/0, gig 0/1, and gig 0/2. The names are used for identifying this is a different interface, that is a different interface. I am connecting gig 0/0 with my 192's network. Can you see here? Is it true? Saurav sir, is it true? I'm connecting the gig 0/0 of the router 1 to my 192's network switch. Okay, so guys, what I'll be doing right now, you do not need to do that. You do not need to learn this for in the beginning. Just see me and just see what I'm doing, that you need to do in the future in upcoming classes. So guys, we do not need to assign IP addresses on switches according to the scenario, but we'll definitely need to learn how to assign IP address on routers interface, because routers are connecting different networks, and by just connecting the cables, they will be not aware to which network I am connecting. They can be only aware to which network they are connecting only with the help of IP address. So that's why we need to assign IP address on the interface of routers. Who is uh,
Before going to routers, I have one query.
yes sir.
You told that the switches won't work on IP address, right? Then
Yes,
based on which switches will work?
some MAC addresses. Are you
Okay,
aware of
what it
MAC
is
address?
actually? No, no.
Okay. Just sir, I'll after my can I just give you just give me 5 minutes, then I'll explain the MAC address part also. Okay. I'll okay, Ashit.
Oh, okay, sir.
Done. Just give me 5 minutes. So just see here, guys. The last thing that I want to teach you. We do not assign IP address on switches, but we definitely need to assign IP address on the router. And do not learn what I am doing right now. Just see what I am doing, that you need to be following in the upcoming session. So guys, see, you can see here. I need to have access of the router. I'll click here on the router. We have an option known as CLI. We just go and type here on the CLI, and in the CCNA part you will be learning how to configure these router, these switches. Right now I am inside this router, configuring the router. And do not ask me what command I am typing, because the session is not the today's session is not to deliver you the meaning of the command, just to show you that yes, you need to assign IP address on routers and in appropriate interface. So I'm on router enable. I need to go on specific mode where I'll find the specific command. So what my motive was, first I need to tell you what was my motive. My motive was to let the router be aware of to which network it is connecting to. By connecting cables, the first thing is done. Network is what? Connecting devices, connecting networks. That's the first thing we have done. But after that, we need to tell router, okay, router, your gig 0/0 is connecting to 192's network. Your gig 0/1 is connecting to hundreds network. Your gig 0/2 is connecting to 172's network. And how we will be teaching them? By assigning one of the IP address to from this network on gig 0/0. Okay, one of the IP address from hundreds network on one of the available IP address from hundreds network guys on gig 0/1, and one of the available IP address from 172 network to gig 0/2. That's how they will be well aware of to which network they are connected to by assigning IP address from one of the network. So let's go on R1. And first of all, I want to assign IP address on. Do not learn the commands that I am typing. That is my professional warning to you. Just see, we are doing something that we are assigning IP address. In the later session, I'll be teaching you what is enable, why I type configure terminal, and where did I end up, why I'm typing this. Right now, you are just learning that I'm assigning IP address on router's interface. I'll type interface, and the name of the interface is gig 0/0, to which interface I want to enter. Okay, as soon as I press enter, I'm inside this particular interface, and I'll be typing few commands like IP address and the IP address, but one of the IP address, one of the available IP address, not assigned one. Let's suppose the available IP 254 is the available IP address, and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. No shutdown. See, as soon as I provide IP address to this interface, my this interface from red has gone green. You need to be fundamentally right by connecting right cables, by connecting right by assigning right IP addresses to the interface. You are just achieving step by step and step by step and going to a higher advanced level. This is very fundamental, guys. So what we have done is we have just assigned IP address on routers gig 0/0. We need to assign IP address on a different interface. So what we'll do, first of all, exit from this current interface, then again going to different interface gig 0/1, guys, gig 0/1. I'm inside a new interface. Now this particular interface, I know I'm connecting to hundreds network. So I'll manually type the right IP address. Okay. So IP address 100.100.254.255.255.255.0, the subnet mask. That's all. And no shut down. As soon as I type it right, as soon as I write the right IP address and everything is working fine, you can see a green light over here. After that, the third, we have to do the same thing with the gig 0/2. Right now, we have just provided the connectivity, but we haven't provided the IP address. So my router will be not aware that I am connecting to 172 network from gig 0/2 if you haven't assigned the right IP address. So that's what we are doing here. So router is a device. It is also a networking device just used to connect two different multiple networks and to share data between one network to another. First task is to provide connectivity between two different networks, and the second task is that it can also send data from not only connecting but also sending data from one network to another, just like switches are also used to provide connectivity, uh, provide connectivity the devices within the same network. But also after connectivity, they can also send data if the destination is inside the same network. So without router, you can still use a switch when you want to communicate within your network. But when you want to communicate to a different network, definitely guys, you will be needing router for that scenario. Okay.
Can you tell me the real time scenario actually when to use switches and when to use router in real time?
Sir, both are required in real time. First of all,
Oh,
like, both are required because let's assume this is your home. Okay, sir.
hmm.
Home. In home, let's suppose you only have one computer and one desktop. You have multiple devices. So definitely, when you want to build your own personal network, you definitely need to buy a switch.
Okay.
When there are more than one devices, inside your network, definitely in today's scenario, we all will be having switch because we have our smartphones, we have our like smart TVs and other things in a network inside our enterprise network also. Okay, so Whenever you are building your own network, a single network, you will be using switches and providing connectivity. You do not need to buy router. Okay, why? Because the source and destination will be from the same network. But when you want to connect to a different network, basically, sir, this is your own network where where the network ID is running this 0.0/24. Let's suppose. Okay, when you but when you want to connect to internet, let's suppose internet, then you need to purchase router. One interface of the router will be connecting to your network, and one interface of the router will be connecting to the internet.
But Sumit, nowadays switches also act as a L3, right?
But yes, 100%, sir.
So we do not need router also nowadays.
Yes, sir. You do not need router also, but L3 switches are like costly and benefitable also, because we do not have two different devices. So, sir, these are up to the requirement. So basically, basically L3 switch is also what? A switch, and a switch which has functionality of route.
Routing also.
Yes, sir. Basically, we need both of things. We need switching also to build a same network, and if we want to connect different network, we need router. Now the problem was, inside a single network we have multiple switches. So as I told you in the first session, humans are the creature. Whenever they see a problem, they will try to solve that problem. So the problem in why did we develop L3 switch? Because why should I have two devices, different device? Can I have a single device that have both functionality? A, a human developed the a human saw that problem, and developed a device that is known as L3
Switch.
switch. So it is up to you, sir. It is up to your pocket, that whether your pocket can afford that switch, whether your company can use that switch, or you still want to save some money. Okay, it's up to your requirement. Is the route clear, sir?
Then if we have only switch, we no need of any internet.
Yeah, if you only have switch, then you can only provide you can only communicate within your network to A and B. You
Oh,
cannot use internet. Even if you want to try connecting internet, you cannot, because the fundamental we have built, that if when you want to connect two different networks, internet is what? Internet is a logical space. Internet is a logical space that have thousands, crores of network. I'm not talking about devices. Talking about networks. When multiple networks are connected to each other, they are forming a single big network. Internet is a public network that has multiple small public networks that are connected to each other. So if you want to connect your network to the internet also, you can do what? You can from one of your switch, give a connectivity to router, and another interface of the router, you need to ask the ISP to provide the connectivity. ISP, internet service provider. Any doubt? Is it clear, sir?
yes.
Done. So definitely these are fundamental. Okay. The question is very. The question was like, Sumit, you have hands and legs. So why do we have legs when we have hand? Because legs are used for walking and hands are used for writing. Yes, we can also write from our hands. I have seen people, those who can write from their legs also, those who do not have hands, but they have their own problem and they have developed their own functionalities. But each part of our body has their own functionality, and same in the network. Each device inside your network has their own functionality. Done. So there was a question about MAC address. So let's talk about that too, guys. Let's talk about that too. Yes. So guys, see here. One more another scenario, same. So like for example, this is PM networking. We have 30 I'm not building 30 computers. I'm just saying we have 30 computer in a room. What we did, we bought a 48 plus switch, for this particular room, provided connectivity. Okay, and we have multiple floors in our company. So what we are doing, we are, we are providing connectivity to this particular switch. Okay, if you want to connect your network to external network, you go and buy a router, and one interface of the router should be connecting to your network, and other interface of the router should be connecting to a different network. Basically, what if you want internet? So basically, ISP will be connecting you to the internet from this interface. Okay. So see here, sir. Every device, as I told you, after when your device is connecting inside the network, your device should be assigned IP address. Your device should be assigned IP addresses. Sir, IP addresses are logical address. IP addresses are logical address. Why logical? So basically, just see here, like for example, I asked Saurav sir, where do you live? Saurav sir told me, sir, Hyderabad. Okay, so if I want to send data to Saurav sir, maybe a letter to Saurav sir, I need to send the data to the address of Saurav sir's Hyderabad location. Now let's suppose Saurav sir have moved from Hyderabad to Kochi. Okay, so if I want to communicate to Saurav, so should I send the data to Hyderabad location or should I send the data to Kochi's location? Kochi's location. Why? Yes, someone wants to join. So basically, if I want to send, if I want to communicate to Saurav, and Saurav is in a new location, need to send the data to the new location. That why the new these locations are what logical location. Same exactly IP addresses. When let's suppose Sumit is right now at his home. I'm having the session from the my home networks. So the IP address I'm getting on my computer, guys. So the IP address I'm getting on my computer is from the network that I have built in my home. See here, IP config. I'll be teaching you all these commands. Do not worry about those things. So the IP address my computer is having 192.168.1.5. But later on, let's suppose I'll go back to my office tomorrow, and I'll connect the same laptop to my office network. So the IP address at that time I'll be getting is will be from my office network, not the same IP address that I'm assigned at my home. Okay. So guys, remember, in your computer network or in your computer, we have two addresses. Your computer have two identity. We have two ways to give identity to your computer. First is physical address. That is never change. That never change. Physical address, that never change. And the second address that you can have is logical address. Physical address and logical address. What are the physical address, guys? Your computer have a physical address that is known as MAC address, and the logical address that your computer supports is IP address. Basically, physical address is permanent and logical address is not permanent. And let's suppose why. Sir, whenever the physical address is assigned by the computer manufacturer. The physical address is assigned by whom? The computer manufacturer. Basically, it is sort of a IMEI number for your mobile phone that is unique and given to your computer only. This particular MAC address is the same thing like IMEI number that is assigned to our mobile phone. The MAC address is assigned by the computer manufacturer and will never change to whichever network you go. I'm at my home's network, the MAC address will remain same. If I connect my computer to my office network tomorrow in the morning, the IP address will be assigned from the my company's network, but the MAC address will remain same. It will never change because the MAC address is my computer's identity. If you want to check your MAC address, guys, in the same command that I typed to check my IP address, the same command will help you also to find your MAC address. Just see here. I'm connecting with the help of wireless connectivity. The physical address. Can you see this one? This is the this is my MAC address. This will never change. Whichever network I goes, the IP address is your logical address that can change. And right now I'm inside my home's network.